Hello, hello! Today I'm going to present the first episode of a YouTube channel called The Two Worlds. And I'll try to explain why I call this The Two Worlds. I try to explain a bit about myself and a bit about what subject I'm going to talk about in these shows. So first of all, maybe just introduce myself just a bit. So I'm 58 years old. I'm not English. I'm not. My mother tongue isn't English. I'm French, so it will be a bit difficult to express myself very clearly and very quickly and with a lot of clarity, but I hope this will improve. So I'm 58 years old. I was born in the Netherlands, and where I lived for some 17 years. Then I lived in Belgium. I also lived 1 year in France and 10 years in Brazil, and the rest of the time in Belgium. So that's a bit about me, but you will learn about me a bit more through the shows and the episodes. So why maybe you can ask yourself, why don't I make a French-speaking YouTube channel? I did make one called Les Deux Mondes, which means the two worlds, and I will say exactly the same in these two channels. So the basic script will be the same. It will be as if two mirror channels. So why do I make two channels? Because I think the subjects I will talk about are very important and don't have any are universally important, and so I try to have a public the most large possible. So that's about me. Why the two channels? So why did I call it the two worlds? Because what do I understand with the two worlds? The two worlds being the physical and the non-physical, the visible and the non-visible, the world of touch, of sensation, and the world that more of thoughts, of feelings, of ideas, and so on. So there is some kind of with what we experience, there is some kind of duality, because I think everybody thought one day about it. There is the visible and the invisible. So, but these two worlds, if you want, make up one big world. The big world with a big W, or you could say also the world with what we call reality, with a great R. Reality is everything, so it's the invisible and the visible. But there are also other dualities in the world, so it's not the only duality. For example, just to give an example, there is the world of now and the world that is not of now. That's from yesterday or tomorrow. It's a duality of another kind. So you can say there are. This is not the only duality, but I want to give a name to my channel, and because there will be three main subjects in this channel that are so these three subjects are very different, so I want them to fit in this title of the two worlds. For example, the first subject I will talk about is about energy, about more specifically about new generation nuclear energy. It will be called, the titles were always NGNR NGNR, New Generation Nuclear Reactors. So that will be the first subject. That's more of a physical type, of a scientific. The second subject will be on a collection of books called The Great Books of the Western World. So will be a subject that's more about education, about what we have to learn, what we have to understand in this world. And these great books were composed to understand, to have some kind of more global education. It was composed in the 50s by Americans, and it encompasses the works of 160 authors, and that are considered the most important authors, and these books the most important books. But there are a lot of others authors that are important, but these books maybe they resume they resume some kind of conversation, because I will explain, but there is a concept of great conversations of the Western world that started maybe some 2000 years before Christ until now. So but I'll explain all of this in the first episode of each topic. And the third topic, so the second topic is more in the two worlds, it's between the two worlds, because it will talk of the physical world, the non-physical world, so it's between the two worlds. The third topic will be cults, or I prefer say evil cults, because in French, culte isn't the same as cult in English. So for me, I prefer use evil cults, so there isn't a confusion in my head. So evil cults, I'll also explain in the first episode of this topic what I understand with that, and it will talk about the phenomenon, how to understand this phenomenon, how to find solution, or protections against this phenomenon. So it was also a very deep and complex and a wide subject, and this is more of the interior type. When I think about those two worlds, it's a more the second word that's more of thought and ideas and sentiments and sufferance, because you can say that the external world haven't any sentiment. The interior world has much more. So that's about it, what I wanted to say in this first episode of the channel to introduce. So maybe one last concluding remarks is that I'll always try to the more fair possible. So you have to make up your own thoughts. So I just give some information. I give my own thoughts, but you have to make your thoughts. I don't want to impose anything or influence or try to influence. I want to be the most transparent possible. So you can just say what I say, but without any behind it nothing else. I give the most information possible, the most just information, so you can make your opinion, help you make your opinion about all those subjects which you already have, but maybe I can give some more elements to it. So I'll also try to improve with time the shows, the episodes. For example, the material I use. For the moment, I'm using my phone. The background isn't great, maybe. So with time, I'll try to improve this material I have, equipment, and also the way I'll try to improve the way I present, the way I talk, the way I make the shows. This was with time. I'll try to improve it. I maybe also have some people I invite who can talk about these subjects and have a discussion. So this could be nice, and I hope you will maybe be interested in the future about what I talk about. And thank you very much for assisting this first episode of my channel, my new channel.